Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Got a little dog staring at me down here. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? This is What's Up Wednesday. Normally, I jump on a Wednesday and do a thing called the Wise Up Wednesday. I couldn't remember the name of it, and I keep getting the days of the weeks wrong. So it's definitely Wednesday. My laptop is telling me it's Wednesday. And I normally jump on and do a thing called a Wise Up Wednesday, Fuck It Friday, and Mojo Mindset Monday. But obviously we're in that bit between Christmas and New Year. It's called Twitmas. Somebody said to me today, oh yeah, we're in Twitmas between Christmas and the New Year. And most of the time I don't know what day of the week it is at the moment, but it is definitely Wednesday because my laptop is telling me so. So I thought, because I didn't jump on this morning, I'd come on and do a What's Up Wednesday kind of like tea time session. So if you're jumping on, please say hi, let me know how you're doing, how's your mojo level. If you follow me in the mornings, I always do this thing in the mornings where we have a mojo level. So we check in from 0 to 10 how we're feeling. Good morning. Good morning. See, I'm used to saying good morning. Good evening, Facebook user. You need to click the link above that allows StreamYard to show me your face and your name. There should be a little link above. Just click on that so I can see who you are. So normally I do these sessions in the morning and I talk about your mojo, life, bit of wisdom, maybe a quote or two, some inspiration hopefully, and a bit of motivation. So I don't know what we're going to get from this one. I just rock up a lot of the time and I talk and we see what comes out. And I talk about things that are bothering me, things that might have happened with a client. That's my little dog Dory there. Hang on, wrong way. Well, she's over there somewhere anyway. So if you see her, she's already rucked up the cushion, you see. Why can I not get this right? And there's a chair over there because she's been chewing the shelf. This is what happens when you have a puppy. So yeah, I normally rock up and yeah, I just share things and hopefully you guys will jump on and let me know how you're doing, where you are, how are you feeling between Christmas and New Year? And are you working? And the second question, is it too early for a mulled wine? Because I'm thinking I'm going to have one tonight. And I hear that more of the country have gone into tier 4, which basically is lockdown, isn't it? Tier 4, but the schools are open. I think that's the difference, isn't it? I don't know what else difference there is to it, which is very sad news. And obviously it's a bit of a shit show, isn't it? It's a bit of a shit show. And I know a lot of people have struggled through Christmas. Even myself struggled more around, you know, personally, you know, family and my dad dying than obviously my dad didn't die at Christmas, dad died in end of July, but just first Christmas without my dad, so that was hard. So I feel for anyone that lost a loved one this year and had to do that first Christmas without them, especially going through what we're all going through now. And we could look at it and be miserable as and maybe not looking ahead to the new year in 2021 like we normally look ahead to a new year, or we can try and change our perspective and have a little different take on it. And the way to do that is to take care of yourself. And, you know, that's all we're responsible for at the end of the day. Predominantly, it just comes back to us. It starts with us, and that's where everything starts and finishes, with what goes on in our head and our thoughts and our actions and our behaviours. And that's, I believe, the one thing that has to be our priority. It has to be our priority to get through life as well and as best we can, and also to protect ourselves from outside shit that goes on, other people's behaviours and actions, and things like pandemics coming along, and how we can get through that the best way we can. And that's about mindset as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, let me know how your mojo is. Richard's saying he is on a 6.85 due to tier 4 essential shops and chemists open. Yes. So yeah, that I'm in a tier 4 as well. And yeah, that's basically it. Essential shops and yeah, chemists and things like that. And the petrol station, that's what's open right where I am right now. So yeah, if you're jumping on, let me know how you're doing. How is your mojo? I think mine is probably about an 8.23. So if you're sort of like down here on the Richter scale, anything between 6 and below, need to work on that. What can you do to shift the needle? 8 and above is great. I always say 8 is great. And that little bit in the middle, that grey bit in the middle, that's like neither bad nor good. I don't even know what a 7 is. I think it means you need to just nudge it a little bit to an 8. That's what I think. So yes, I'm just going to jump on to make sure that I'm live on all the platforms that I thought I was going to be live on, because I had a problem with StreamYard getting on, which is the first time that's ever happened. Let me just have a look. Oh, hang on. No, I'm live. It's good. I'm live. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to say, then please jump on and ask me. You know, I'm not. There might be something pressing right now that you want to ask or you want to share. Then this is the time to do it. I'd love you to come on and let me know how you're doing. Hi Nicola, how you doing? I can't always see all the comments. That's why I've just got my phone. I wasn't being rude, but I don't get to see all of the comments. I only get to see some of the comments. It depends on which platform you're watching it on. So now I've put the other one up there. So hey Nicola, Richard says he's basically holding his shit together. That's what we've all got to do. Hold our shit together through this difficult time. So I wanted to talk a little bit. I think I shared this quote maybe a couple of weeks ago. And it comes from a book called The Daily Stoic, which is something I look at every day. And it's called Death. The quote from a few weeks ago, which I really love. 1 second, let me just put this comment up. Facebook user, if you click the link, let me know who you are. That'd be really, really good. So that it gives StreamYard permission to show your face and your name. It says, hi, I've generally been blah, but know what I need to do, but starting to feel a bit better. I'm sorry that you've been feeling blah, whoever you are. And I'm glad that you're starting to feel a little bit better. What are you doing to make yourself feel better? What can you do? Focus on the things that you can control. Control the controllables. Exercise is always a flipping ace thing that you can do, and something that I, definitely go to when shit hits the fan. That's one thing that you can do. Try and, get a decent amount of sleep. Sleep, I think we underestimate how much sleep we need. And we underestimate the importance of sleep. I mean, even I've done that. I've worked really shit long hours, gone to bed late, got up early, especially when I was doing property. And working long hours will literally stress you the fuck out and kill you in the long run. It really is not good for your mental health. It's not good for your stress levels. It's just not good for you physically. And people who are more stressed, so if you have less sleep, you'll generally be more stressed, die younger. That is a fact. Scientific fact. Hey Jenny, how you doing? It's lovely to see you here. I'm sorry that you've been feeling a bit blah. We need to see you in the club. That will sort that shit out. I'm glad that you're feeling better. I hope that you're getting out doing some exercise, and that's always something positive that you can do that shifts the mood and lifts the energy levels. Oh, Jenny, I don't know if you know, because obviously you've not been around and anyone else is watching, but in the It Starts With You free group, we're doing 3K for 3K for 31 days. Basically, that is for every day of January, we are either going to run, walk, swim, cycle, I don't know, scooter, cartwheel, roly-poly, whatever you want, for 3K every day in January. Loads of people are taking part. It's a completely free challenge. It's in the It Starts With You group. So if you're going to do that, please let me know and comment here and let me know that you're going to take part. Share your pictures of when you're out on your runs or your walks or your bike rides or whatever it is you're doing, and tag yourself every day that that you've taken part and you've done it. I'll probably do a daily thread, and that everyone can tag themselves in that. So that'll be really cool. And it's not necessarily about weight loss. It's about mindset, and moving our bodies moves our mindset. It shifts that drift. And as my good friend Darren says, movement moves your mood. So moving your body moves your mood, which it absolutely does. So 31 days of 3Ks. And that shouldn't be too difficult for us to do, right? Come on. Step out your door, walk 1.5K, turn around and come back. You can walk 1.5K. I don't know how, that's less than a mile. It's about 0.9 of a mile. So you could do that in 10 minutes. So it's 20-minute walk, I reckon. Okay, we don't all walk at the same pace, but I'm talking about on an average. So yeah, that's something that we can all do in January. So I hope that you'll join that, and just try and shift whatever you might be feeling right now. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. It's a little idea I do. Oh, plus, forgot to tell you, there's prizes. There is going to be some prizes as well for those that take part every day, or the people that take part the most. Don't be cheating, don't be lying. You're only fooling and kidding yourself. We're all flawed. Maybe we won't make all of the 31 days, but let's do our best. And for those that basically participate, get involved, share pictures, quote on other people's stuff and comment, those people that get involved will be in the hat for a prize on the 30th of January, which would have been, it would have been my dad's birthday. So it'll be the first year that we haven't had my dad around for his birthday. So I kind of tied it in with that. And I want to celebrate you guys and my dad on that day. I'll be celebrating my dad by eating Christmas pudding, because that's what he always used to do on his birthday. We'd always save Christmas pudding over for my dad's birthday on January 30th. So I'm going to be giving prizes away on that day. So yeah. So that's what's coming up in 3K challenge. It's called a 3K challenge. Yeah, why not? 3K in 31 days. So anyway, the quote I wanted to share with you today is, "What's up Wednesday is death lies heavy upon one who, known exceedingly well by all, dies unknown to himself." I love that quote. It's from the Daily Stoic. And it's basically talking about powerful, important people who are known to the world but have no self-awareness. So you know, hang on, let me just read this other bit. So it's about who am I, what's important to me, what do I do, what do I like, what do I need. Right now you have the time to explore yourself, to understand your own body and mind. Don't wait, know yourself before it's impossibly late. I think that's a really good message to have, right? Because, you know, the world can know you, you can show up in the world and the world thinks they know you. But it's far more important. Like, some of us do want to be well known, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's more important is to know thyself, to know yourself first and foremost, who you are, what you do, how you show up in the world, what's important to you, your missions, your mission. 1 second, I've got some comments on it. Your mission, what's important to you, and to getting to know yourself. Self-awareness leads to you basically having your best life, getting to know yourself and understanding how you show up. And when you show up transparently in the world, authentically, transparently, your true self, the real you, whatever you want to call it, you use less energy, because the easiest thing to do in the world is to be yourself, right? If you're being yourself, you're not using all that energy up, which you would do, which is when you're trying to show the world that something that you're not, when you're trying to be something you're not. And I did that for a very big chunk of my life. It is exhausting. And then when you let that go, and you let go of stop pushing back the defenses, and you let that go, all that energy that you were using before, trying to be something you're not, trying to show up as something you're not, all of that energy that you're using for that is suddenly freed, and it's all freed up. And you can be yourself, and a big cloud lifts and a weight lifts off. And maybe some people in your life will move away. You might lose some friends. Hey, you might even lose some family. You might even lose some work colleagues. But I promise you the gains are way, way bigger than losing those people. Because you're probably right now, you're not feeling like, the people that you've got in your life, the things that you've got in your life might not feel congruent. They might not feel right. This job, this thing, this person, this relationship. And generally, that is because, as always, it starts with you. Sorry about Dory. But generally, it's because we're not showing up. We're not attracting the right things into our life. And the only way you can attract the right things into your life is by being the real you, and being transparently you. And then the right things, the right people and opportunities come into your life. But you have to know yourself and have that self-awareness in order to be yourself. So you have to do that work on you, which isn't always easy. And it is a daily process. I think it's something that I'll work on myself forever and a day. I'm a massive believer in self-growth, personal development, educating myself, trying to be as good a human as I can be, trying to be the best that I can be. And that, and yes, I'm not you know, I don't know, Michelle Obama, Navratilova, or, you know, I'm not one of these greats, but I'm me, and I want to be the best version of me that I can be, and I want to give as much of me to the world as I can, and I want to serve other people. In order to do that, I have to do the work on myself. And in order to get the most out of life, I have to connect with me, be self-aware, know who I am. And that way you lead and live a happier, more fulfilled, contented life. That's what I believe, and there's a lot of science behind some of the stuff that I talk about. I read a lot of personal development books, and one of the books I've been reading is a book called Breaking the Habit of Being You. What a great title, hey? Breaking the Habit of Being You. And I think that's what I've been doing, and that's what I've helped some people do as well, is that old you, which is habitual thinking, habitual behavior, because we've been doing it for so long, because we've been showing up in an environment and in a way that we want people to like us, to love us, and be accepted. We want to be with the cool kids, the cool people, or we want to be in this business, or we want to be liked by that group of people. We show up in a way, but then we get to a point when that doesn't feel good anymore. That doesn't feel good, and outside influences don't make us feel good either. And that's when we have to break the habit of being ourselves and then become the real us, the real you. Like you might have heard me say, I feel more me than I've ever felt. And that's because I've broken the habit of being me, the old me. And now I'm the real me. And yeah, so you have to break a habit. You know, negative thinking, you know, if you're a down, moody, miserable son of a bitch, and you've got a lot of negative stuff going on in your head all the time, that is habitual thinking. You can break it, you can memorize it, and you can rethink your thinking. But you've got to want to do it, and you've got to be willing to do the work, and you've got to become self-aware. So Jenny, I can see you on my phone, but it's weird that I can't see you on my laptop, your name. But anyway, it says Jenny Brown is watching. So thank you for watching. If you are jumping on this Wednesday, how you doing? It is Wednesday, the 30th of December, 2020. I should be flying to Lanzarote today. Well, I should be there right now in the sun with my little beer, my mates, probably going to boot camp around now, because there's a little boot camp I'll go to there. No, no. I'm here with you guys. And I'm about to have a mulled wine. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought, but anyway, I was basically talking about breaking the habit of being you. And is 2021 the year to really show up as you? If you, regardless of the pandemic, like I said, and what's going on in the world, you know, there is still much that you can do. And I think we're basically into full lockdown now. Pretty much the whole of the country is in tier 4, which is pretty much lockdown apart from the kids still going to school. What are you going to do with this time where maybe you can't work or you can't do the work you were doing before? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and just let this wash over you and have a negative impact on you, or are you going to do some work on yourself, on your business, on your life, on your personal development, and your personal growth? You know, I'm going to be here throughout the pandemic, as I always am, showing up, doing these lives. I'm also now on Clubhouse, so if you're on Clubhouse, go check it out. I'm doing the Real Life Club on Clubhouse. That's just me doing audio. I did my first session today, and next one is on Friday at 9 a.m. But I'm going to be here through the pandemic. We're going to do, through the I'm calling it lockdown because it is freaking lockdown. Like I say, Friday we start with the 3K in 31 days. The other thing I'm doing is I'm doing Lockdown Unlocked, which I did last summer. I don't know any of you in here were part of it. Jenny, were you part of it? I think you were. And that was bloody brilliant. It was really, really good. It was just so inspiring. So many people came on board and just did some amazing work and really tapped into themselves and became self-aware and made changes and made some amazing changes in their life. And they continue that on throughout this year. So that I'm so proud of those guys that have done that. Shani, got so many plans, quite excited without all other distractions, making the most of it. Absolutely. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to rethink our thinking. We've got to switch our thinking for every negative, there's a positive. You know, for something bad, there's something good, and you've got to know it's there, it's hiding, but you have to look for it. Jenny said, was awesome. Sign up, guys. Yeah, Jenny did Lockdown Unlocked version 1 last summer, and now we're having Lockdown Unlocked version 2, and that starts on the 4th of January. If you want to be a part of that, I'll put the link in here when I've finished this live. It is basically 97 quid. 28 days. I'll be live in a Zoom room, so we'll all be in a Zoom room together. We'll be able to talk. We're going to tap into you, your stories, who you are, how you're showing up, what you want to change. We're going to work on changing it. I'm going to coach you. There's going to be brainstorming. There's going to be a whole lot of shit going down, and I promise you, you will come out of those end of those 28 days, so the end of January, way better than you went into it. Stronger, happier, more confident. And stepping into the greatness that is you, the power of you. That's what it's all about in 2021, the power of you. But as I always say, it starts with you. It starts with you making that decision to make a change, to do something different. 97 quid, less than 100 freaking quid, coaching from me. If people want to have coaching with me, one-to-one, it costs £1,000 a month. Now, some of you might fall off your seat at that. Some of you might think that's too cheap. I don't care. It's what I charge and people pay it. I only have space for one-to-one client. It's £1,000 a month to work with me. And you can come and work with me in the group for 97 quid. Pretty cheap, right? And even my coach was like, it's 397, Sam, minimum 297. I'm like, no, I'm going to do it 197, but I'm going to offer out at 97 to begin with. And that's what I've done. So it goes up on Saturday, I think, to 197. But right now you can get it at 97 quid. Pretty sweet, even if I say so myself. Anyway, Jean's in the building. How you doing, Jean? Good evening. I had a good start. Busy, away, restful afternoon in preparation for meditation this evening. Sounds pretty nice. Do you know that? I don't know if you saw, I put a list up of, I think it was like a list of 36 things to try and do or to change for 2021. And on that list, one of them was more meditation. And I'm gonna crack this meditation business in 2021. That's on my list. To learn a language is on my list. I've already know a little bit of Spanish because I have a house in Spain, and I've been spending a lot of time, or not a lot of time, but I've been to Lanzarote a few times this year. And I want to go back there, and I want to go to Mexico and some Spanish-speaking countries. So I really want to crack Spanish. That's on my list of 3 things. I forget what the third thing was. Language, meditation. I can't remember what the third thing was, but anyway, meditation is one of them. So well done, Jean. It sounds you probably cracked that meditation business, I should imagine. I reckon you're pretty good at it. So yeah. Oh, and there was something else that I wanted to share with you about how we get stuck. Hang on, it's in. I've got it here. It's in this book, another book. And it's like if we have, for instance, if we have certain experiences 50 years prior that scarred us, that marked us. So, you know, I'm 53, so maybe sort of 45, 50 years ago, something that scarred me or something that scarred you and marked you, and it marked you, and you became insecure and you became weak because of that, and that you felt that way about yourself ever since. And I had this, you know, with my experience as a child, and it did scar me, and it did make me feel insecure and not good enough growing up. And basically what happens is it stops you growing. So from that point on, it stops you growing emotionally. So if that happened 50 years ago, that's when I stopped growing emotionally. So it's, if the soul's purpose is to learn from experience and gain wisdom, but you stay stuck in that particular emotion, you never turned your experience into a lesson. I fucking love that shit. You didn't transcend that emotion and exchange it for any understanding. While that feeling still anchors your mind and your body to those past events, you are never free to move into the future. And if a similar experience shows up in your present life, that event will trigger the same emotion and you will act as that person you were 50 freaking years ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. When I read that, it was just like, light bulb, light bulb, light bulb. We get stuck. We get freaking stuck, and we get scarred from what happened to us when we was a kid all those years ago, and we stop growing, and we stay stuck. So we got to do the work. We've got to do the work and recognize that and tap into ourselves and understand who we are. So pay attention. It says here, your soul says, pay attention. I'm letting you know that nothing is bringing you joy. I'm sending you urges. If you keep playing this game, I'm going to stop trying to get your attention and you will go back to sleep. Then I'll see you when your life is over. I found that really powerful. So pay attention to yourself. Are you scarred from past experiences and stuck, feeling weak and insecure? I know that I was stuck for many, many years. But I went and did the work, and I continued to do the work, personal growth and all that shizzle. Jean is saying it took a long time to get there, Sam. Now it's a habit. Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? Practice. And it's, meditation is a practice at the end of the day. So it's practice. We practice it every day. And I haven't been consistent with it. I know I haven't. It's something that I want to crack. I have a really good book that I've been reading and listening to. So that's part of my plan for 2021, and to go to Bali as well and do some meditation down in Bali, because I'm going to spend a bit of time in Bali if I can get there. Plan is to be August, September in Bali. So we'll see. But I want to get to the end of 2021, have cracked meditation, have written a book, and just be an all-round badass human being still. What about you? What do you want to crack? What do you want to take forward into 2021? What do you want to get out of 2021, regardless, outside of the pandemic? Because we all know we want that to fuck off. And we all know we want this vaccine out to everybody as quickly as possible. But outside of that, let's think outside of that, because we can't control any of that. And it's about controlling the controllables. What can you control right now? So think about that going forward. I know a lot of people like to set New Year's resolutions and things like that. I'm not massively keen on them. I used to do that a lot when I was younger, and even a few years ago probably, but now I just think they're a waste of time. For me personally, that's my opinion, because I think any day of the week, it doesn't matter what the date is, what day of the week it is, you get to decide. You control yourself and your thoughts and your actions. So, if you want to change, you want something to be different, you can make that decision today. You can take that action today. So crack on. Crack on right now. So from this day forth, is there something you want different in your life? Then why not? Now is as good as time as any. I don't know what you're waiting for, because I think as I get older, I realize even more how precious time is and how it's just ticking away. I can't stop it or slow it down or buy any more of it. So it's super, super important to be living the life that you want to be living, because the clock is ticking and it ain't slowing down for no mofo. One of the things I read the other day, and I think I shared with you, is about that feeling like if you have a fear of dying, and a lot of people have a fear of dying, but actually, what are they protecting? What are they protecting them? What life are they protecting that they don't want to die? Is, if you're leading a life of mediocrity, if you're fed up, with your job, your partner, how you're showing up in the world, fuck, that's the most important one. Change it, protect that shit. Like now I really feel like I got something to protect. Whereas before it might have been a bit mediocre. I wasn't the person I wanted to be. I wasn't showing up how I wanted to be. Now I am. Now I have something to protect. So make sure that, if you've got this fear of dying, make sure it's a fucking good damn life that you're protecting. The best life. And to have the best life, you have to have be the best you. Be your best self. And that means you've got to do the work. So if you want to do some work on yourself, come join me for Lockdown Unlocked 2.0. I'm going to put the link in here in a minute when I jump off. It's just 97 quid, guys. Seriously, it's worth 3-4 to 5 times that. I promise you, you'll get loads of value. You'll get loads of support from me in that group. I'm going to bring in a couple of dear friends as well to support you guys. It's going to be an amazing month. Plus, in the It Starts With You free group, we have the 3K in 31-day challenge. Every day for January, we move our bodies. It's a free challenge, 3K, run, walk, swim, cycle, hopscotch, cartwheel, backflip, roly-poly, whatever you want to do. We're moving our bodies for moving our mindset. We're moving our bodies to move our mood. And maybe journal about it now, how you're feeling about emotionally, mentally, and physically right now. And then journal again in 31 days' time and look back and see, God, this is how I felt at the beginning of January, and look how I feel now, because I promise you, you will feel better. I absolutely promise you. Right, I'm out of here, guys. I wish you a very, very happy Wednesday evening. This has been a rare but pleasurable What's Up Wednesday. I'm off to have a mole.